and welcome to the Walnut Cove Public Library. We're here today to do a Back to Basics video. This is the gardening portion of our series that we are offering this summer. This is a love of mine. It's something I've always enjoyed, is being able to garden. It's something that I learned from my grandmother many years ago when I was a small child. She was always a big gardener and had a huge garden planted every year. But back in those days, there were not really container gardens. But now with the pandemic we have going on, with the COVID virus, a lot of people have started working on gardening now. Because we're worried about food shortages possibly in the country. And people are trying to find ways to stay occupied, maybe when they're out of work or at home and not able to go into the office or to their businesses to work. So today we're just going to do a very basic video on how to plant tomato plants in container gardens. As you can see here, we have our plants. They've been in their little grow containers for quite a while now, so we need to go ahead and get them planted. And we have two recycling bins. We have plenty of these left over from the town of Walnut Cove, and they make perfect grow areas for our tomatoes. So we're going to show you how to do this, and it's a very simple process and a very rewarding process. We're going to use Roma Tomatoes. We can zoom in on the tag there. They are a great tomato to be able to plant. They are very easy to maintain. Also, they freeze very well, and they can very well, and you can use them for a variety of purposes. They have a very robust taste to them. They do very well in sauces and soups, and so that's why I use them a lot. They're just one of the medium-sized varieties. Of course, there are so many different tomato varieties out there that you can pretty much choose what flavor you would like to have, whether you want a more robust tomato or if you want a sweeter tomato, say one of the large tomatoes you would use for sandwiches and that kind of thing. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you, we're going to add some dirt. I go through here. We've got two versions of the Daddy Pete's planting soil. I love their soils. It is great. It is a North Carolina based company, so that's even better. But we're going to kind of mix these two. Most of the time I use just the planting mix, but this year I wanted to try the premium See and Farm version too. So we're going to kind of mix those two together and see how this works this year and see what kind of tomatoes we end up with. So the very first thing we're going to do, if you're using containers, they need drainage holes in them, because as it rains and as you water things, you need to have a place for that water to be able to escape. And so the great thing about recycling cans is they already have holes in the bottom of them. But we are going to add some more to the sides just in case, because we do not want to deal with root rot or anything like that. So I have my drill here, just my 12-volt drill that I use for pretty much everything at home. And we're going to add some holes to the sides of the containers. This will just give extra ways of being able for the water to escape. Because like I said, we do not want any root rot in there. I'm using just a 1/4 inch drill bit with this, so that gives plenty of room for the water to be able to escape. But you don't want the hole so big that you're losing your dirt also. We don't want to do that. So, okay, so let's add some of our dirt into our containers. And one thing about gardening too, it will definitely give you a workout. That is for sure. That is the great part about it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and add our dirt in. Scoop some of it in. go from there for right now. Hopefully we'll get some weight in there, and that'll hold that in place. And I'll give you a sample. You can see the dirt here. This is what the Daddy Pete's dirt looks like. It's a very rich soil with plenty of nutrients already in it. Okay. Now, hopefully, we can get some in here. Okay. So we'll fill the container about half full with potting soil. And then we'll add some of the seed of farm also. Because I really want to try this year and see how this works. We'll just scoop a little bit of that there, because we don't want to add too much. We don't want to get it too tall.
Oh, it's completely different.
Yes.
So, why do you need two different soils? Or is there a purpose to it?
It's just kind of a test project this year to kind of see what this soil will do versus the regular soil.
Okay.
So we'll just take that and just kind of work it in together. Mix everything together.
We're gonna have the biggest Roma tomatoes the world's ever
Yes,
seen.
we will. We'll add just a little bit more. Of our good sea soil here.
Can you bring a scoop of that towards the camera?
Yes.
Thank you.
And here's what the actual sea soil looks like. Okay. So it's a little bit different, has a little bit more components to it. Of course, it is a little bit more expensive, but the great thing about it is you can get it at any of our local hardwares. You can buy it at Total Hardware. We have the daily basket. We have plenty of options here to be able to purchase things, which is a great thing here in Walnut Cove. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and plant one of our Romas. We have an option of 4 here, but like I said, they've been in the container a little while. So we're going to pick the best 2 that we have and just easily pull those out of the container. And you can see here, this is what the plant would look like when it comes out. And what we're going to do is take the bottom of the roots and just kind of mash that up a little bit to get those roots stimulated to where they want to grow down into the soil. And then we will just come right over to here and make a hole just enough to where the whole root ball is covered up. And we'll go ahead and seed our tomato plant in place. One thing about it, where it has turned off so hot now, we will have to do some serious watering with this and probably add some more soil to it also throughout the summer. But hopefully in 76 days to roughly 80 days, we will have Roma tomatoes growing. So that will be a great thing to see. And as it grows, we'll have to stake it and either use tobacco stakes, or we'll have to do some form of tomato cage around it to help support it. And we'll video that throughout the summer so that you can see that process also. So thank you very much for joining us today. We greatly appreciate it and hope this is something that you can take and do with your family, and especially with your children. And also, there's always the Stokes County Extension Office who can help you with any of this information and be able to provide more information for growing things. So we hope you've enjoyed this today. Thank you for joining us.